How useful can this little camera be? Is it right for you? Stay tuned as I do a long-term review on this Insta360 Go 2 action camera. Tide is coming up, but there you go! You're floating! Hey Fran, quisiera. Hi, I'm Chris. I do drone and camera tech reviews. Today we'll be looking at the Insta360 Go 2 action camera. I think this is one of the most versatile cameras you can ever have. First, we're going to take a look at this action camera. Next, let's actually take this out and use it. So we're going to be diving into some pros and cons. And finally, stay till the end as I got some recommendations of how to maximize this Insta360 Go. As a disclaimer, I wasn't paid by Insta360 or any companies mentioned today. If you're interested in any of the products I do mention, I'll leave a link in the description box below. So what is this thing? It's a ultra portable HD action camera. Yes, it is an action camera. It is waterproof, drop proof, and what sets this apart from anything else is the stabilization in this tiny little form factor. So the Insta360 Go has been around for a while now. This is the 32 gigabyte version, and I believe the newest version has 64 gigabytes. It has an extra wide field of view, shoots in 2.7K, various frame rates, 24, and I think at 1080, 120 frames per second. It has a little magnetic background here, and the front has a clicky record button. Don't be fooled, there is no rubber on the outside of here. It's just all plastic, removable lens guard that you can replace or put ND filters on there. That's pretty cool. The way this charges is with this carrying case. Pop it into here. The case has two buttons where there's a record button so you can hold it like a selfie stick. The other button just kind of cycles through everything else. There's a USB port for charging, as well as there's a 1/4 inch hole here so you can screw onto a tripod. And interesting enough, it has two little legs. In a pinch, it'll work as a tripod. The case itself is not waterproof, just the camera itself. There's two different modes when talking about the video, and I just primarily use this camera in video mode and pro video mode. The video mode in general, it bakes in stabilization. It'll capture everything, but it'll limit everything to a 16:9 format like you're watching right now. You set that all inside this camera first or to the app. On the other mode I highly recommend is the Pro mode, and in post-production it looks like this, where it's kind of like a circle, ultra wide kind of view, and using either the app or the Insta360 Studio, you can kind of reframe things and make it like 9:16, vertical format, 16:9, apply stabilization, use FPV mode, or you can also do horizon stabilization, so you can actually flip the camera around and it'll still be level. If you are good at color grading, there is a flat mode, so you get a little bit more dynamic range. It does come with additional stuff, but there's different packages out there. Mine came with this hat clip, so you can just basically put it on your head. Adjustability here. Everything is magnetic here. If I didn't mention that already, everything is magnetic as far as the kit. It does come with this little L bracket. Then there's a sticky pad here. You can pretty much stick it anywhere. This is washable. Once you rinse this and have it dry, it'll be sticky again. Mine also came with magnetic 1/4 inch adapter here. This also came with one of these GoPro type of accessories. You're covered here. If you're on a bike or something like that, something a little bit more secure, it's not going to be going anywhere. One of the most used accessories is this magnetic pendant. Put it under your t-shirt like so. Clip it into place. It's just like a little body camera. At first I felt silly putting it on, but it's actually super light that you forget that it's on. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, please hit the subscribe button below. Alright, so enough about the detailed specs. What's more important of how we use it. I've had this for about 4 months now since I started flying FPV, and I've pretty much been using this over my current Sony camera. It's just in general just portable. The best camera you have is the one on you. It fits in the palm of your hand, so it's not a big deal to stick it in your pocket. And the fact that everything fits in this little form factor, I've been just taking this out. You can just use the magnetic mount, put it on yourself. It's an actual action camera, so you can take it underwater. Took it out with the kids at the beach, explore it underwater. More recently, actually, this was my camera that I used to record my daughter's birth. Yeah, I took this in. The doctors didn't even know I was filming. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be showing you all the gruesome stuff. Still dreaming? Yay, 12:20. Guess what? She pee-peed.
You awake? Hi.
It's gonna be your first car ride. And then finally, what I use it primarily for is my drone adventures. One, again, for vlogging and as well as sticking it on the camera and taking it out there. It's been really nice. You just add it to a mount. I have this currently on a Tiny Hawk 2 and a similarly sized 3-inch quad, and the drone has no problem carrying it. Just make sure your case encompasses the thing so you don't have to worry about your lens breaking when you do crash the drone. So now that we're back in the studio, let's just talk about some of the pros. First is it charges super fast. If this battery is dead, you can plug it in. I think there's 2 to 3 more charges. From dead to fully charged is about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. It's small, very discreet. Once you put it on yourself, nobody can see it. You have the option to turn off the light here. You won't even know that it's filming. Excellent stabilization, both what's baked in, but also where this thing shines is the post stabilization. Decent battery life, depending how you use this. Definitely lives up to its action camera capabilities. I've crashed this on a drone, brought this underwater, chased some sea turtles and whatnot, taken a few falls, and this thing just keeps going. Most of the time you're holding this relatively close. It captures your audio really well. Is this a bait?
No more, too far.
Only supposed to eat half the rice, I think, not the whole thing. You didn't put your mask on. If you're using the Insta360 Go app and the Insta360 Go Studio, there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to post-processing. I think all cameras should have this, the ability to adjust your framing. So you have actually more to work with using one of these than an actual Action 2 or whatnot. Some of the cons is if you go underwater, that's where I've had the most difficult time. Even in pro mode, the stabilization is not a miracle worker. And maybe just because I'm moving a lot, data transfer to both the computer and the phone is extremely slow. You need the specific Insta360 Go 2 USB cord. I've used other USB cords to attempt to transfer to my computer and it doesn't work at all. You have to use the Insta360 Go 2 cord to transfer to your actual computer. Pro tip here, you have to have it facing up. The words Insta360 Go 2 to actually transfer. Weird, odd, don't lose the cord. When filming for long amounts of time, the camera itself, this thing can get really hot. On a drone, it's fine because you're moving, and also I found underwater, it didn't overheat, but if you're just staying still, recording yourself for 10-15 minutes at a time, you will run into an issue. Actually, both the camera and the case is kind of slippery, so keep in mind if your hands are wet or whatnot. I don't know if anybody else noticed my little hinge here, it's pretty floppy. Look at this, it's like, does anybody know how to tighten this? Another con, this only works if you're on a flat setting, and because it's so top heavy, it does tip over if it's windy. And finally, major con that people are gonna find is that if you get the 32, it might not be enough, especially filming in pro mode. It actually films in 2.7K, so it's actually capturing more data, and yeah, you can kind of burn through the 32 gigabytes. I can easily use up 15 to 20 gigabytes just from flying several flights for a drone and then some vlogging. Recommendations: maximizing the use of your camera. One, I pretty much shoot to edit. I don't leave this on the whole time. I only turn it on when I want to capture stuff. If you think about that, it helps, one, your story, whatever you're filming, and two, limit the stuff that you have to sift through when it comes to building your story. With the 64 gigabyte model only being, I think, $20 more than the base model, yeah, just go for that. I think it's $329. Get a travel case. I know this thing is portable. You can put this in your pocket. It holds all your extra gear here. Plus it holds the camera nice and neatly. Everything closes up nice and tight. If you fly with drones, definitely look at ND filters. It'll help eliminate some of the jello that you might be seeing, especially if you're out in a sunny day. And then finally, wherever you go, if you're taking this out with you, definitely take the medallion. You get some neat shots with this. It's magnetic. I thought this was a gimmick, but this has actually been one of the best things about this camera. It just changes your perspective how to use stuff. Your hands can be free. You don't need a tripod to film other stuff. If you do use it, what accessories have you purchased for this? What have you used the most? Leave a comment below. If you guys enjoyed this little review, please hit the like button. And until next time, guys, fly safe, be safe. See you guys next time. Bye.